5, Yay! Hey, Bobs! So I moved all my cables about and things last week, and I think I might have broken one of my USB ports. It appears to be a bit loose. Excellent. Yay! Anyway, welcome in. What are we doing today? Let's recap last stream. We basically got this up and running. That is our self-powered oxygen maker. So that is now providing oxygen to our base, pushing everything into the middle. At some point we will look at we'll look at redesigning our base at the minute because it's a bit slapdash, everything where it wants to be rather than nice laid out pretty yes, but we'll have some pumps at the top and the bottom just to get rid of those waste gases with the fresh oxygen pushing in from the sides. That'll push everything up or down, and we'll have a beautifully just oxygenated base at that point. But yeah, we got this up and running. We started on our centralised power slash industrial brick, which will be in this sort of area, may get bigger. It's a bit, I've got no definite plans. I know what sort of things I want in there, but yeah, it's a bit organic. We'll see how it goes. So that's what I want to get on today, and I also want to get taming these 2 natural gas geysers. There's a little bit more involved in that one, not least because that one's not dormant and this one isn't either. Huh. Swear blind, last time one of them said there was dormant. Never mind. We'll deal with it anyways. Right, let's get into it. A couple of other little things we're dealing with at the same time. We've got a very slow burner Dreco ranch, a couple of Dreco ranches technically on the go here. We're just trying to crush all gases into the base, so that into the ranch rather, so that we're not missing out. And we have got a bit of a bit of a filtering system because we've got a little bit of polluted oxygen in there, so we're just slowly taking that out. Yes, one of the things that I did, which the dupes now cannot get to, is I'm moving the gas vent from over here, where it's basically going straight back into the gas pump, and moving it over here. And we also don't need the high pressure gas vent because we're on quite low gas pressures here. That, and then the slow burner, we're just getting it so all the oil comes over to this pot, so we're just slowly building it up, flattening it out so it's just cascades down, and digging out the biome at the same time. Why are we making messes? Oh, because Liam's gone and got himself stuck. That's alright, I don't mind the mess. I do mind you being stuck. Oh yeah, we're also in the process of cutting them off from being able to get out of here and forcing them through here to ensure that they've got suits on, whether they're going down or to the right, and that's why this one's going to be slightly more involved, because I want to set up a little oxygen dock, ammo suit dock here, so that they can, brains just totally stalled on me. They can be safe while dealing with this natural gas geyser. Just sorting out a couple of things. Right, brilliant. He says, and then leave something running that I didn't want running. Right, we can continue now. So, what we're going to do. First thing, I think we need to get these suits up and running. And I want to do this in a different fashion, because that's not going to... not configure that. There we go. I don't think this is going to be sustainable in the long run. I don't think this is going to be able to manage 2 suit docks. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the gas pipe, not do it in like that, do it more like that, and get rid of this offshoot. Archexy Tarts, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Hope everyone's doing okay today. That, and then I'll split this all up once it's built. We need to prioritise that in line. Yes, that's right. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to block off this door. Just trying to work out the best way to do that. It says while noticing lots and lots of Draco eggs. Right, in short, I'm going to do this. And then yeah, so at the minute they're coming back this way. It's not what I want them to do at all. Power, we need to ensure that they have power, which is not an ideal thing. Much though I begrudge it, I'm going to put in another coal generator right here, just for this. Prioritise that above everything. Lead. I begrudge it because we are building our centralised power. I really didn't want to be doing any more power until that's up and running. Goodness. Can anyone say spaghetti? Wire over there. Yes. Okay. We'll make that top priority. Tarts, that's not how you spell spaghetti, so the answer would be no then. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut that off there, and then cut that off there, and then continue this pipe this way, have that pipe go that way. Yep. Right. Check on our builds at the minute. Okay, that's currently fine. That's fine. That's fine. Don't think there's a great deal else going on at the minute. I'm sort of prioritising everything over there. But occasionally someone will get ahead of the system and put themselves down there and do a bit of extra side work. Do want is a way to get down there. Tile. How are our gases doing? A little temporary industrial system still cracking along. How are we doing for plastic? 6.1 tons. What I think I'm going to do is that, and put a low level deconstruct on all of that. That'll almost certainly use up all the oil, petroleum rather, before anyone gets to that, which means there'll be no messy liquid cleanups. What we need to do on this is change this to vacancy only. Because we've now got a suit sat here, three suits sat here, because for some reason someone's decided that that's where we should be going with all the suits. So we'll deliver 3 more suits, and let's look what we're doing with our gas pipes. So that's nearly fully set up. So this means that this one is solely producing oxygen for this one. This pipe will prioritise producing oxygen for this bay, and then when that doesn't need any more oxygen, we'll supply oxygen for over here. And this one is solely providing oxygen for the right hand side of the base. Mushroom farm going well, food's going well in general. Be happy to ignore things once we get this pipe built. Don't know why we are ignoring it. Apologise if too much oxygen for a game called Oxygen Not Included. Well, yeah, but I brought my own, you see, lunatic. Welcome back, mate. There we go. All running. Excellent. I didn't even see it happen. I tell you what I do need to do is I need to cut that off, and that can be a... Just double check there's no power or... shouldn't be any liquids in there anyway. Again, low level deconstruct on that. Excellent. So now that is sucking these gases out here, pushing them back over here if they're good, or out here if they're not. Thus we will very slowly get rid of these very annoying polluted oxygen. Right then, so the main thing... Oh, we can close this back up now. We incorrectly built... you like the colourful mode. That would be the materials overlay. So that shows you what everything is made out of. If you're looking for, say... don't know off the top of my head what I might be looking for. Fossil. We are a little bit short on fossil. We need more lime to create steel. So I'd look for this reddy orange colour. Not this reddy colour, because that's magma. But it allows you to see things that are not so obvious. Like that, to me, that looks like there's probably polluted oxygen between the chlorine and the hydrogen. And there is a little bit, but not very much. We can rebuild that. Right then, so I've got rid of that, put that in, and we can do a low level deconstruct on that, and while we're at it, all of that can go. But I want to be concentrating over here, which now everyone should be coming through this area to do that. Why have we got so many people over here? I suppose that is where all the tasks are now. Right, so 2 mines. We'll put that on a 6, so that if we run out of priority tasks, they'll come do that first before things like this, he says, and then realises that we are practically built on this now. I never set that timer up. Oh, that's excellent. Right, so all the timers are on 3 different timings, so they'll never be called to an incubator at the same time. Paxi says, so pretty, I can see dead people. Yay! The other thing we can do in here, other than get distracted, which currently I'm doing, buildings only. Yes, not them. No. Right, okay, enough squirreling. What I want to be getting onto right now is releasing the natural gas, which is not farting, I assure you. No. That'll do. And then I want my scientist to come analyse that ASAP once we've opened it. What else do I need to be doing then? So the other thing I want to be... Oh, actually, let's finish setting this out first. So, gas pump out of steel. This is erupting at 150 degrees centigrade, so gold amalgam has an overheat temperature of 125. That will not cut it, so consequently we are going to use steel in here. I want this to be cements. We'll need gas pipe. Probably ought to go insulated and igneous. Oh, who made all this spaghetti here? So, interesting point about bridges. They will not conduct temperature from the materials. Technically, they don't hold any materials, hence why they will not conduct any temperature from the materials in them to the surrounding environment. Because they don't hold anything, there's no transfer of temperature from the materials that they don't hold to the outside environment. However, if I was to say build one there, where it is crossing from this area to this area, it will conduct the heat from this area to this area, even though there is an insulated tile there. So you've got to be a little bit careful on where you are placing bridges. As I say, it doesn't matter that we use it. We're using thermal pipes to prevent the materials spreading heat to everywhere that they're going. And it doesn't matter that we're using the bridges because, as I say, they don't hold any materials. They just pass it from one place to the other. Technically, they don't even touch the materials. It's auto magic. But you do have to be careful of where the two ends of the bridge sit, because they will conduct temperatures from one to the other. Lunatic says placing bridges in the correct direction is not fun at all, and that's made me double check that I've got all my bridges in the correct place. Yes, I constantly forget whether white is in or green is in, and get them back from all the time. Blueprint in the pod. Don't want to deal with shove-all legs yet. We're getting close to possibly taking on some bionic duplicants, but not there yet. Do we want a mouth breather pacifist with super duper hard digging and building? I forget. I know we are wanting either a digger or a builder in this colony, but I forget which one it is. So we've got a mechatronics engineer, which is a builder with digging, a digger, a builder, a builder, a digger. Maybe we aren't anymore. A builder. I think if anything we want another digger, but I'm more looking for janitorial, dedicated doctor, dedicated decorator who'll be janitorial as well, and possibly another cook at that point. Yeah, so Max, I'm sorry you don't make the cut, which leaves us with snack fruit. Oh, of course. I was mildly confused then that you were saying that I don't have any snack fruit, but obviously this was the terror start. Why is it? Okay. So the other downside to suits is where Barney there is having a wee, and I really wouldn't care if they did it there, because it would just go into our pool of water down here that we'll deal with eventually. Come out of that slightly. They have just weed in their suit, so when they come over here now, there will be a puddle of water when they empty their suit. Juggler, welcome in. Welcome back in, I should say. Hello, 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 how are we doing today? I've been grinding the game, and wow, it's an intricate game. Yes, and the thing that I love about this game, oh my goodness, apparently is not placing ladders in the correct place. The thing that I love about this game is the amount of longevity, the amount of variables that go into making up a game. So two playthroughs on Terra are unlikely to be exactly the same, and also the... what's the phrase that I want to use? The intricate mechanisms, if you like, multi-part buildings that you can make in the late game. In fact, we'll probably be making one in the mid-game once we proper get in there. We're still in the, if you like, early mid-game. We've not conquered the industrial side of the game, which we need to be doing. I'm not in the late game. No, mate. I'm absolutely just starting the mid game. We've not got a proper solution for turning all this oil into petroleum. This is a very temporary setup for petroleum and also metal refinery. What else have we got on the docket? Oh yeah, I want a more permanent industrial situation. We've not got centralised power yet. We've not even been to the surface properly. Once we get there, we will consider starting up a rocketry system and conquering this star map. Yeah, we're nowhere near. I think we're on episode 12, if I remember correctly. Early 10s, anyway. Rocket to where? So, almost certainly one of these is our neighbouring planet. Neighbouring asteroid, technically. We will get a teleporter, which we have not found yet. We found material teleporter, I thought. Maybe we haven't. Oh yes, there we go. So this is for sending things from the other planet back here, and I thought we'd found the other one. Maybe we haven't. No, don't think we have yet. For sending material. Oh, we have. There it is, look. And this is the one for sending materials to the other planet, our neighbouring planet. There is also a double room teleporter for sending duplicates there and back. But there is a, delay. There is a recharge time between operating the teleporters, so you've got to be a little bit careful on what you're doing there. You see all these hexes? These, we have no idea what's out there yet. The other one will be what they call space point of interest, which you will be able to send a rocket to collect some materials, potentially. We will be doing that kind of thing, but not necessarily to this point of interest. It depends what it turns out to be. But we'll need to send rockets up to explore all of this. And then there is, I think, 9 planets in total, so 7 more outer planets that we'll also want to find and not necessarily colonise. I'm not going to go crazy in this one, but we are going to go and see what they're about and get some of their materials from there, maybe set up an automated system to gather their materials and send them back. It depends what material it is. Some materials you just need a starter portion to be able to basically you get one, you add something to it, you make lots of that thing, and then you can break that down to get a little bit of the starter material again. So it's just exponential. Yeah, you'll see when we get there. And then other ones you need to be on that planet to not necessarily have duplicates on that planet, but you need to have a system set up on that planet to be able to get that resource, is where I'm going with that. Spotted an issue. We will also need power, which we will do in the form of conductive wire. We're only going to go that far for a minute. Do want that analysing at... Come on, Quinn, faster. Stop taking your narcoleptic naps. Then once that's analysed, we'll close that in. I thought it was an underground game. Wow, I didn't know anything. Well, this game is going to consume my free time for the rest of the year. Oh yeah, if you really catch the bug, it's probably going to consume most of your free time for the rest of your life. I find this game in short, brilliant. Finally researched... Oh, I have! Thank you, Lunatic. Yay! We need a better research system than this. To be honest, it's not appalling, but the power situation is not brilliant, which is what we're attempting to solve over here. Right, tell you what. I'm going to do that because I'm going to put 2 tanks on top of here for natural gas. Depending how... I think we'll stay off research for the second, depending how these turn out to be. We'll look at what storage solutions we need for holding the gas during their dormancy period, is what I'm attempting to say. Oh, words are hard, you know, guys. Right. Oh, Liam's gone and got himself stuck. That's like the 3rd time in 2... in 2 streams, and I'm not even sure if he wasn't like involved in that last one, which would be 4 times in 2 streams. Liam feels like he's going the same way as Pay. Shocking. Okay. So the other thing I was waiting to see when they're researched is how many natural gas generators we'll build. Sorry, I appreciate this is very interesting, me sitting here humming to myself. Or even worse, to myself. What I'm thinking though is what I need in here. Tell you what I'll do. Right. We'll probably put coal generators in there later. No, we won't. Coal generators and petroleum generators are either going in their own little room in this or just entirely out of this industrial brick, because while they generate heat, they also generate carbon dioxide, and I hate dealing with carbon dioxide in an industrial brick. Just creates unnecessary problems. Won't be having a wood burner. If we do wood, we will be turning it into ethanol to burn in a petroleum generator. Right, let's do power transformers. I will explain the full grid once it's all set up and how electricity works, or further in the game. Now I just want to get some things in. Aha, excellent. We have practically finished this, so we have an average output. So what does the average output mean? So when it is erupting, it will output 348.8 grams per second of natural gas at 150 degrees centigrade. However, the eruption period is it's only actively outputting 301 seconds out of every 588 seconds. So just over half of the time that this is an active geyser is it actually outputting. Right? So roughly half of that. But then it has an active period and a dormant period. So the active period is 73.3 cycles out of 123.2 cycles. So again, a bit more than half, about 60% roughly speaking. So half that, and then slightly more than half again, and that comes down to this figure here, which says that over 123.2 cycles, right, it'll only be erupting that much, and during that time it'll only really be outputting that much, which works out to, on average over that 123.2 cycles, 106.4 grams per second is what we can expect out of that. A natural gas geyser, a natural gas generator, consumes 90 grams per second of natural gas. I would imagine these are up and running about 50% of the time, maybe. Depends on our setup and our drawer and everything. But so if we say that's 45, then that is less than 3, slightly more than 2, about 2.5 on that one natural gas geyser. And I've just let loads of it out. You know, I'm not scoffing at it. Absolutely brilliant, free resource. Not as good as it seems on the surface, however. Right, we'll tidy that up and then we'll close it off. The other thing then that I want to do is where shall we put this? Right, I'm going to close that off. And then carry on. Going to have one atmosuit checkpoint going the other way. Remember, that's the way, you know, this side is the non-suit side, this side is the suit side. And atmosuit dock, and you know what, I'm going to have 2 there, which makes me wonder how many atmosuits we have spare, and I suspect we only have 1, so I'm going to make 1 more begrudgingly. This is a temporary situation, just so I can deal with this one. Oh, what's running on that then that I don't want to be running on that? Okay, even more spaghetti. Okay, like that. Priority. Like that, priority. Those just need to do with gases. So that's cleaned up, so we'll get that closed in, and between all this that we've let out and this down here, we're going to be sucking that up later and adding it to our reserves. Do we need a... we don't need it. Oh, we do need a... so, tell you what, let's... we will literally watch that in a moment. Maybe. Is that actually going to happen? Oh, here we go. This should probably be igneous, really, but sandstone's not terrible for insulation. It's just not as good as igneous. Get out, polluted oxygen. Get out, polluted oxygen. Thank you. Oh, excellent. Don't even care about that sandstone anymore. Brilliant, they're going to use that sandstone elsewhere? No? Possibly still got the errand. Right, so this is tamed now. All we need to do is power that and we'll be producing natural gas for our base. Right. Let's look at powering things further away. Do need to do is temperatures. We're still good on temperatures. Do need to get this cooling solution in soon, but that will be part of the industrial brick. So yeah, it's coming eventually. Overwrote those priorities. No. Do want... Ooh, not that one, because you know what? I haven't set that one either. So, just first glance. We'll put that at the same settings as all the others, and then I'll go through and work this out in a bit. Power. I don't think we want any other power generators in there. Plants have died. Why has Dustcap died? Illumination. Oh, and liquids falling. That's people peeing. So yeah, shine bugs more trouble than they're worth. But I will set them up a ranch shortly and demonstrate their small usefulness. Well, just cut that for the time being. What else I'll cut out? I will cut out that for the time being because that's prioritising those docks. Right, we are going to prioritise feeding these suits while this is here. Long-term effects, it'll feed this vent before this one, before that one. Okay. Right. Let's have a bit of triple speed, get some things done. What else do we want in this place? We're gonna want all the industrial stuff. Rock crusher. I'm just dumping these down at the minute. Think of this as my pallet. Probably should put them somewhere else first, actually, but never mind. Don't think I want anything else at the minute in here. Don't think so. Power we've got on board. Stations. Not for the minute. We will be putting some thermal tuners in here. Right, so these are the machines that I particularly want in our industrial brick. So, no boop at the second. Cooker, tidying, handy, frostproof, critter version. I do think Turner is just a bit too spread out to be of any use to us. Yeah. So I'm going to go for the food, even though we're not desperate for food by any means. It is, however, a good food. Tell you what I have been ignoring is skills. Start at the top, work our way down. Abe the builder has exosuit training. Going to put him into building. Ada the janitor. Exosuit training, so I'm going to put him into strength and plumbing. Barney the builder has exosuit training, so start putting him into building. Frankie the rancher down the exosuit training line. Higby the mechatronics engineer. Yeah, digging is our what's the phrase for it? Shortfall at the minute. So I am going to put Digby into digging. Joshua the rancher's got his exosuit training now. Lyra, for some reason we decided to put into mechatronics engineering, but I'm happy with that. Farming, it doesn't require any extra skills, as it were. Her agriculture is already 7. It'll keep going up as she keeps farming. So, Liam, our digger. Nicola is our farmer decor. I think I'm going to go ranching. Nicola, that might also be, I'll make a final decision the next time I come back, but that might also be the last skill point that we're giving them at the minute. Duck builder, oh yeah, it was putting pay into doctoring for the minute anyway. Quinn researcher. Think that will probably be Quinn's last point as well. Ren digger. Ooh, where are we going with you, Ren? I think we should put some more points into him. Probably in construction. Yeah. Ruby has a hat, so is finished. Steve, exosuit training. Travaldo has a hat, so is finished. While we're doing things, what do we think we've got in the pod today, people? In the blueprints. Will it be socks? Will it be gloves? Or will it be socks? Predictions in now. Pressing the button now. Oh, I do feel honoured. Private place to feel big feelings. Oh, thank you, Clay. I appreciate my building. Right then. What are we going to do here? Okay. Okay, so that's going to get its own private little building. Just temporary out of the way. That'll be going close to that. For the minute, I think that'll do. So, let's see how we're doing on other things. This is up and running, which is brilliant, so we're going to break into here. What's the local material? Igneous. Analyze that at 9. Prioritize that at 7. Worst thing about this is it's probably going to flood the base a bit with natural gas. What I might do is turn this pump on again in a minute. And then on this igneous rock, I'm going to go like that. Okay, cool. Oh, I made that really snug, didn't I? No, I didn't. No. Find out how we're doing or what we're getting out of this geyser. Do think that shine bug's probably going to get trapped in there too. So over here then, we will go with for a moment. Just working out how to design these. Oh my goodness. Metal refineries out of igneous rock is fine. Kiln, actually, Doesn't matter, it has no overheat temperature. Can go out of that. Pretty confident there is a overheat temperature on this. There is. So we need that to be out of steel. So with steel, yeah, we're still making steel. Other things that we are finishing off. Oh, okay. No need to look at any of them at the minute. Wow, we are actually nearly analysed on this. Okay, and then a big sweep. Oh, we're getting there, we're getting there. How is the I'll tell you what is sorted now is this, which will cut that, we'll cut that, we'll cut that, then we'll connect up that, probably do that, and deconstruct that, definitely deconstruct that. Right, let's deconstruct those in a very fast manner. And then connect up that for the minute. Just double check my priorities, and that gives us 1805 on that circuit. So next circuit. We will go so pause it. What else is that running? Well, I suppose that was running more up there before. Okay. Oops. Come down there. Get rid of all the excess. Is it the end of the world if I break that? No. Just make sure I have done the ups there. Yeah, and we'll deal with all this wiring in a minute. Okay. Oh, I'll pause that because we've got another pod. Don't like slow learners. Not the greatest of builders in the first place for a dedicated builder. And those just don't complement building at all. Mimar's probably not coming home. Luddite would rather not. Biohazardous don't care. Crit reversion unless the Rancher, which is not. Gourmet, which doesn't complement decorating, however, is a very good decorator. And when he's not decorating, he's going to be a pick 'em up, put 'em down dupe. So, I think Harold might be our man. Welcome to the team, Harold. Again, if you would like any of these duplicants to be named by a name of your safe for work choice, feel free to say something in chat. I'm happy to rename them. They are just got their default names at the minute. Probably limit it to one duplicant per chatter for the minute. This malarkey at 7. Yep. Excellent. We can cut that off now, which means I can put in hopefully 2 more. I can only put 1 in for the minute. Unless no, we'll just go with 1 for the second. We'll look at putting another one somewhere else. Right, so this pipe up here. Cut off from the output. Off and deconstruct those. This will then need an output, which I know where I want it to go, but again, there's a whole different matter. also want a gas bridge on there. Choose insulator on this. Switch to a normal gas pipe. Jump over there. We'll prioritise if we're pumping anything from here first, which we might be very shortly. Okay, our gas bridges ahoy. Okay, I think that's good. Ooh. Need to do something about this next. Before that it overheats all my liquid lock and tell you what I do want, because I want some different liquid locks, so being plumbing, I haven't got the machine yet, so we need to do some research. I do believe I said I needed to do some research when that had finished, but I have no idea what that was for now. No idea. But that is the one that I want right now. Oh, yeah, we was going to do some automation on something, wasn't we? That can wait. It just saved me being so hands-on with certain bits, basically. So can we make radiant out of? Really want to make it out of gold? How much gold amalgam have we got? 8.8 tons. I can live with that then. So that's a ton. Let's have 3 tons. Would have been a lot faster just to type 30, but you know, let's be click happy about this. So that's all cleared out. Seal that off. I am hoping that is just natural gas in there, which it is. Excellent. we'll actually deal with the output from that in the near future rather than right now. What do I want them working on at this very second? I would like them working on... Oh, excellent. Research a go-go. So let's look at that automation. Priorities. I want you working on all of this, please. And the output. Yep, that makes sense to me. How's down here going? Oh, I've got another level built. So with this research, what we can do now is we can fill bottles from the petroleum. Oh, and it doesn't even require power. My goodness. And that will allow us to make liquid locks without having to have a pool of petroleum anywhere. That's currently running 600. I think we are just about at that point where we can get rid of these. What's that running then? That's running... Right, we've got rid of all the polluted oxygen from there. That's gone. Oh, this is horrendous. I can't actually see what's running what. Right, let's put on. Can't see anything else. There's these systems. Gonna abandon those for the minute, and they will be reconnected when I can remove some of this spaghetti. Right now, one thing that I do want to do is remove that. Oh, I wondered why these two weren't running. Let's get them back as priority as well. Oh, another pod. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't do anything at all with Harold, who is our decorator. The decorator digger? Where do you get 10 excavation from? Well, I'm not going to use it anyway. And then I would like him to be a janitor at that point. Let's put everything down as low as possible. Leave operating. Oh no, he's a Luddite, isn't he? So yeah, no. We'll leave cooking then. There we go. Right. Schedule. Oh god, we never did Frankie either. Did we do Frankie's? No, we didn't do Frankie either. Oh my goodness. Where are these dupes all getting? They're in echo mode or eco mode. What's that, lunatic? What's in eco mode? All my dupes are suddenly getting 10 excavation. Don't know why. Never mind. Right. How do you do a bit of digging when you're not farming? And then actually, you know what? Ooh. Everyone's going to be turned off. Decor, except Harold. Might change that in the future, but for the minute, there's 2 hydrogen generators. Yes, they are absolutely in eco mode, or as I prefer to put it, I buggered up. Operating down. No, I'll leave tidying up. Tree down. Put everything that's not some sort of janitorial. Yeah, excellent. Right. And then scheduling. I think I was just trying to avoid creating a new schedule is the problem. There we go, and we'll have Harold, and we'll have Frankie. She's disappeared too. There we go. And then that makes me wonder about skills as well. Yay! We have demolition finally again since Camille decided that life wasn't worth it. Barney, construction, Frankie, going down the exosuit line, Harold the decorator, oh, brand new. Exosuit line, Joshua the rancher is moving towards ranching. Lyra is farming. Liam the digger, super duper hard digging. Quinn our researcher. You know what? No, he's currently maxed. We need to get him a little bit happier with life, to be honest. So I am going for the second to say he is fully done. Do we give him applied sciences or data analysis? I'm going to go with data analysis. And then the other two already have their hats. So, do we need another dupe? Digging farmer. Well, we've got lots of excavation going on nowadays. Frostproof during a yield call. Don't care about not being able to do digging errands. Just a bit too spread out to be of any use. I tell you what we do really need is lime. Obviously not taking the bionic dupes. Would take pip eggs, but I'm not doing anything with pips at the minute. Where have our pips got to? That's an interesting question. Ah, there's one. And I did see there's an egg, so it might be that the other one doesn't exist at the minute. He'll go get food in a second. No one should be starving here. Time are we on? Okay, 11:17. So at the minute, I'm literally running the entire colony on one hydrogen generator. Well, and they're doing something down here. Research is complete. Excellent. We'll look at automation in a minute. That's a nice example, if nothing else. So we'll do that. We'll do that. And then we'll line these buildings. Okay, so that's finished up. Oh. that as 7 as well. Anything, and I actually quite like that done first, so we can get a bit of headroom on the natural gas. Yes, there we go. That's a bit more like it. Oh yes, that's a good point. So what are we running over here? So we've got even less average output over here, 101.7 plus 106.4. If we say that's 0.3, that is 208. 8 divided by 45 is 5, 6.5. Okay, we will put in another layer of natural gas generators. Should be able to cope with that, fingers crossed. And then some flooring, automation wire, and some heavy watt conductive. Oh, sorry, Lunatic. Do we have enough beds, tables, food for all the dupes? We just have enough beds for 16 dupes. We have 20 tables. Food should be absolutely fine. Meat is just coming online, i.e. barbecue. Tell you what I would quite like to do is have one there for everything that's not been stored in the fridges. I tell you what we don't have enough room of is fridge space. Pickle meal, muckroot, pemmican. We'll keep an eye on this, but I'm pretty sure we're good. And if anything, we probably need to be downgrading the amount of farming that we're doing right now. But as I say, we'll keep an eye on that. There is some gas pipe above natural gas vent. They won't be able to build without digging. You are absolutely right, and that is just missing dig commands. I see that. I want that wall putting back in before we allow all the natural gas in that way. And then the other thing I was thinking was I want this hooked up again. And then was that wiring? That wiring's done. Excellent, right. So off for a second. To there. Disconnected all of the 2-strand wire, I think so. Tell you what I do want to do. Hook that up as a matter of course. That's at the minute not connected to anything. I don't even think there's any polluted oxygen near there because of all this natural gas, so not the end of the world. But the other thing that I just wanted to do was get rid of all of this. We find things are not plugged in later, we'll decide if they're necessary and or rewire them. Okay, and just a quick check. It's slightly oversubscribed, but these won't be working 100% of the time. These won't be working 100% of the time, and neither will these. So I'm very happy with that situation. Carry on, and all I want in here is snack through, look through, and the nutrient bar for a minute. tell you what I really want rid of right now is everything here. Because none of that's needed right now. Oh, another pod. Right, what have we got? Cannot do digging errands, almost certainly not taking Devon. Squeamish, don't care unless it's a doctor, which is not, she's not. Frostproof, Freya. Building, digging and cooking. Don't care about the cooking. Don't overly care about frostproof. Don't think we need a rather mediocre builder digger anymore. I think we are full on that team. Doctoring errands, agriculture, cooking, ranching. Yeah, no. Devon just gets worse the more reading you do. Ulti, no, not quite there yet. We're getting there. Nearly bionic dupes, but not quite yet. So we're going to take another Jawbow egg, which we will immediately relocate to here. He can swim about with his mate. Got enough steel now to cancel that build and replace it with steel. We'll put mesh tile under it. That's where it goes in, that's where it comes out. Similar thing over here. Okay, right. If you know anything about the game, you're probably wondering why I'm outputting liquid into the open air. The entire point of this industrial brick will be it being enclosed in insulated tiles shortly, and we will vacuum out all of this gas, and then we'll have a pool of water at the bottom which will turn into steam, and what we're trying to say, that will then be the atmosphere in here, will be steam. And we'll have some steam turbines on top, which will essentially delete heat out of the steam and return 95-degree water into the system. But while it is deleting that heat, it's also producing us power. And what it means is that we can build some aquatuners in the bottom here, which we will be using to the phrase I would like to use, to pump heat into the steam to produce more power, but also to have that heat then deleted by the steam turbines. That's where I'm going with this. And those aquatuners will be providing cooling to this system over here. Right, let's look at a little automation. Wow. This place looks so different without all those coal generators there. I'm just going to turn this down to normal speed for a minute while I talk about this automation. So, what we're going to do, we are doing gases, so I want a gas element sensor, and I'm going to put it there, and then for automation I want a filter gate. Have to think about which one's which for a second, and then we connect those up. Need to be into a not gate, won't it? Okay, we can do that. We have the technology. Let's zoom out a little bit while we're... Also, what we're making these of. Yeah, let's not build that out of steel, thank you. So that then goes into there, that goes into there. Now, can they reach everything? No, they can't. They can reach everything apparently. Higby's just found a more obscure way to get there. Okay. Right, so what is this doing then? If we set this to oxygen, this gas pipe element sensor is looking inside that pipe and seeing if it can see oxygen go past. You see that turned to green as the oxygen went past. Right. That then sends a green signal into this. What does a filter gate do? That says if you send me a green signal for whatever time I set it, which I'm going to say 10 seconds. If you send me a green signal, you see how this is eroding. For a full 10 seconds, that will erode entirely in 10 seconds. Then I will send a green signal on. This is a NOT gate, so this turns it to the opposite of whatever we send into it. Currently we're sending red, so it is sending green out. If we manage to succeed in sending 10 seconds of oxygen down there, then this will send a green signal, which will then get turned to red and stop the pump from pumping. This will turn it off automatically. We will then have to restart it manually, but at least it means I don't have to stand here watching it and going, oh, that's getting low, I best turn it off now. Meanwhile, this is just pumping all of this, if you didn't see the last episode, down to here, and then it will sort itself out, and it just bypasses the no longer existent polluted oxygen layer that was blocking us, that was there. Okay, so next priority coming up is going to be to make this area a bit bigger so it can accommodate more gases, and encourage the slicksters to start weeing more. Oh, while we are down here, it would seem we've had a bit of spare time. That's to level, so it's just that end one that needs doing that way. Looks like we've had a lot of spare time. Excellent. So next episode, we will, it should be in open air near pump, I think. Was that possibly before I set it all up, Lunatic? Because the element pipe sensor doesn't... Oh, you're thinking of... Ah, yes. That would make sense, you know? So what Lunatic's suggesting is using a different sensor. And I think he is probably correct. I'm assuming you're a he, Lunatic. Are you male, female, other? Feel free to not answer. Yes, so Lunatic's suggesting using that one instead, and this would in fact automatically start again, which would make more sense. Oh. Out of lead. Almost me. I'm genuinely cannot make out what that emote is though. It is a man with a beard, I think. A blonde man with a beard. I guess it could be a blonde lady with a beard. Not judging. Brain's not working now. What was I just thinking about? I was thinking about put some of those under there. Okay. I think that's what we're going to do. When we've got some more iron, I'll build that up around there, and then that'll be able to interact with temperature-wise with this, but not exchange gases, because yes, nope. I'll assume then that you are a blonde, an almost blonde, beardy gentleman, and not in fact a bearded lady. Oh, well, that's finished everything. Scrap. Right, we've got jawbows, so we'll be getting more iron ore later. I'm always a bit cautious about turning too much ore into refined metals, because until very recently with the latest DLCs, you've always been limited on ores with what you get, whereas there's like our iron volcano, excuse me, refined metal volcanoes that will give you over time infinite resources. So as a result, I'd rather keep ores as ores and find the volcanoes to give us refined metals. Doesn't matter so much now with the Jorbo and the Mammoths, both of which we will eventually be able to find properly in our playthrough, because both fragments are on our planet, on our star map somewhere. But for the time being, I'm still a little bit cautious because some things can only be made out of ores. Yes, I have got those Jorbos, which we will be ranching at some point in the near future, but you know, they only output so much at a time, and you know, I just don't want to run out of ores before I have to. Allergies, kitchen menace, bottomless stomach, not really that concerned with our current food situation. Decorating researcher, we don't need another decorator, especially not a poor one. Cook, glow stick. I discovered recently that if you are playing on hard, glow stick is sufficient to irradiate other dupes to the point of being sick. So I'm now very cautious about taking glow stick. On this level of difficulty, probably not a major problem. Possibly even a benefit. They'll kill germs wherever they go, but still just a little bit cautious on that one now. Also, just a little bit too spread out. I don't think begrudgingly going to take the Shine Nymph. Almost tempted to just not take anything from that. Pay then is Doc Builder. Oh yeah, finish off doctoring. You are our temporary doctor. Steve, can start heading for ranching. Yep, excellent. Just thinking we were putting our liquid lock. I'm thinking we'll put it down the bottom here. Woo! Steve turbines up there. Okay, liquid lock then. Yep. And then come in. What? Let's cancel a couple of these. Oh, I should probably discuss power, centralised power. So the only non-centralised power production at the minute is down here. Probably do something about that in a little bit. So, power then. How does power work? Vertical ladders inside, although... Yes, sorry, lunatic. I do appreciate you, even if I tend to get to your messages shortly after I've generally done what you've said. I appreciate the extra pair of eyes. Like, you do quite often find things that I've not noticed immediately. Yes, so power, right. What have we got here? Let's talk about the core centralised power for a start. What have we got? We have got hydrogen generators, 3 hydrogen generators, and we're going to be looking at 6 natural gas generators. Probably need to look at more storage for the natural gas, but that's fine. How does this work? So the hydrogen generators are connected to this overheat is possible while vacuuming all that room. Absolutely. Which is why we are going to put lots and lots and lots of really annoying temp shift plates throughout the whole thing. Not that that will be perfect, but I hope not to be too long without steam in here. Yes, sorry. These 3 are connected to this smart battery, and that says when we drop below 30% full, then activate. When we get to 95% full, deactivate. I like to have it slightly less than 100% because they occasionally produce just a touch more than the cut-off point, and so consequently, that's just that little safety buffer of not losing any energy. So they'll come on. This one, however, which controls these 6, what will be 6, basically the same, but this one says if the battery gets down to 20%. So that's saying if this, if these three either don't have any hydrogen gas, because we are slowly running our hydrogen gas out, or they are unable to keep up with the production of energy to supply the network, then these 6 will turn on to take up the slack. They have greater power potential, I believe. Oh, well, the same power potential each, but obviously we have double of them. And they will work in tandem with these hydrogen generators anyway. And they're all connected into the same network, so that's how they will all provide power to the network. Then the network is tied into these transformers. Each of these transformers limits the output onto the little end by 1,000. So having 2 transformers connected together means that you will not be able to get more than 2,000 watts onto this circuit, which is good because that is the maximum of this circuit. So where this one is oversubscribed, if absolutely everything turns on, it's requesting 2050 watts. It will never exceed 2000 because it can't, because it's only receiving power from 2 1,000 watt transformers. So that is a safety measure. None of my circuits will ever burn out, no matter how oversubscribed they are. What will happen instead is that that will run a little bit, and then that will run a little bit, and then that will run a little bit, you know, and nothing will run for any certain amount of time, which potentially might be more annoying in the moment, but it's better than wasting the materials of all this lead. And so we have currently 3 circuits on the main network. One running all of this up here, one running all of this down here, and one that's just started providing power for the natural gas geyser and this deodorizer. I may branch that off and take a little bit off the bottom of this and go down here and get rid of this circuit. We do have the SPOM running entirely independently on its own circuit, and that is absolutely how we want it. That way we will always get oxygen unless we run out of water. The only other thing, I guess, that will interrupt it is if this pump doesn't receive power, but we've got quite a long pipe, which means a long bit of storage to prevent any temporary hiccups in that. Why have we done that? Why have we not done, say, put this heavy watt conductive wire everywhere? Well, because if we have a look at it, it has a -20 decor to everywhere that it goes. So any dupes that are regularly working around here will take quite a decor hit. A decor is something that we need to start thinking about. We're getting close to the limits of or what we can provide in terms of morale. There is another room that I can put in which I guess I'll probably do next episode, because I've just looked and seen a really good way that I can do that. So yes, we'll look at doing that. But the next ways that we increase morale are to give the duplicants better surroundings, the better average decor that a duplicant experiences, the more morale they will get. We'll go into that much more detail when we have a decorating episode. Probably not be next episode, probably the one after that. We'll look at rebuilding this and we'll get into some decor at that point. Not least, we need, is it Harold, our new decorator? Yes, Harold. We need Harold to get into decorating for us to allow us to experience the best outcome from the decor. Yes, so consequently, when you look at conductive wire, there is no downside whatsoever. Yeah, no upside to using it beyond what was I trying to say? Beyond it not having the downsides. Obviously, it can transport 2 kilowatts, 2,000 watts, as opposed to the 2-strand starting wire, which can only do 1 kilowatts or 1,000 watts. That also has a decor debuff. The only downside to conductive wire is that you have to use refined materials. Now that we have lead, unless it is going to get over, I think it's 600 degrees off the top of my head, 630 or something like that, where it is actually going to melt lead, then we can use lead everywhere for conductive wiring. So we will be, because it's brilliant. The one other thing I wanted to talk about is why we are prioritising running the hydrogen generators over the natural gas generators, and that is the fact that, as I said in the last episode when we was getting the SPOM up and running, if the hydrogen backs up all the way down here and stops this pump running, then hydrogen will start sinking lower and lower and get into our oxygen supply. We don't want that. Our base is clearing out quite nicely. Once we do the rebuild, it'll clear out brilliantly. What we what am I trying to say? What we don't want to happen is that this tank fills up and it backs all the way up and causes that issue. That will then cause damages to our suit docks and start filling our base with hydrogen, which is not good for anybody. So we prioritise using the hydrogen first, and then if we need a hand, the natural gas kicks in, or we run out of the hydrogen. I think that pretty much covers power for the minute. If you're wondering what are these for, You can use those instead of the smaller power transformers, or the small ones are called power transformers, and these are called large power transformers. But these only limit the output to 4,000 watts, so will not protect you from burning out your circuits if they are oversubscribed. So I only use them for space efficiency, like I did here, and I ensure that the circuits they are running do not exceed the 2,000 watts. But they are valid to use if you are careful with what you put on your circuits. I like to be a bit fast and loose when it comes to what a plant wear. That's just a safety feature that I like to use personally. Anything else I need to cover at the minute? I think we have done what we needed to do, in quotes, today. I don't think I was clickbaity in my title, so I am happy in that sense. I will just say next time we will be finishing this off, getting this up and running, installing cooling for the oxygen, because although we're still looking alright, this is almost certainly starting to very slowly warm up. And at that point, once we've got the cooling on the oxygen, because, you know, at the end here, the oxygen's coming out at 50 degrees, 47 over here, 50 there. That's definitely going to be, in the short term, heating up areas. It wouldn't surprise me to find the docks are starting to warm up, but they're not. Yes, so we'll get that in place, we'll get the cooling in place. Yes, and then we'll look at this, digging out this biome, in particular getting rid of all our lovely spore kids. But yes, that's the plan for the next one. Quick note, I am now on holiday after this finishes. I'm not necessarily going away anywhere straight away, but I am busy all week, and I do have a holiday at the end of the week. Just looking for someone to raid. So I am back on, I want to say, Tuesday the 4th. Sounds right to me. Where we will be continuing Oxygen Not Included, the beginner's guide. Wow, there's not many people on today. That's on the Tuesday, and the Friday we will continue it again. and on Wednesday and Thursday is Satisfactory. If you enjoy Satisfactory, I do hope you will join me. That series is not doing so well on viewership, so it's coming to the crunch time. If that doesn't do well in the next few streams, then I will be removing it from the schedule and looking to replace it with something else. Okay, I'm not seeing any English only players, so we're going to raid Jackson. Good friend of mine. Say hi. Be polite. He's a little less safe for work than I am, but really good guy. He's playing a bit of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Something I might delve into at some point in the future. Who knows? I do like a good role-playing game, but we'll see. Anyway, see you in a week, guys. Schedule is fully updated, or at least will be within about 5 minutes of me finishing the stream. So if you're not sure, check that out. Alright, thank you guys. Cheers now. Thanks for popping by.